Hello and welcome to the GCSE Geography Options Evening. My name is James Kimber and I'm the Head of Geography at Seaford College. This presentation should last about 5 to 10 minutes. I'll be going through all of the different aspects of the course, suitability, and if you have any questions then please feel free to join my Zoom at the end. I'll put all my details at the end. If you can't join the Zoom, I've got my email address at the end as well. Please feel free to email me. So, why should you choose it? Well, I think one of the biggest reasons that people choose geography is their love of the world and love about the understanding of those interconnections. And I would say, obviously, we're very broad-based. We are an academic subject. Lots of options in the future if you were to take it further at A-level and even on at degree level. But even if you're just interested in it, then that's absolutely fine. I would say, obviously, we can understand the world around us, both physically and obviously on the human side as well. It's hands-on, it's quite relevant, and, I think it is quite fun. We've got a good mix of topics. There'll be the classic ones such as rivers and coasts and glaciation, and new ones like the economic world and looking at how the UK industry has changed and looking at debt and things like that. What we have realised, and what I think a lot of employers and universities have realised, is that obviously geography is a valuable subject and it's highly regarded amongst universities, and the skills that you gain from it are very desirable for future employers. And I think, we bridge that gap between the arts and the sciences, and we're flexible on what you can study with it at both GCSE and future at A-level. If you could choose to take it further, there are hundreds of different sort of degrees you can do and career opportunities, and I'll go through some of those at the end for you as well. And I think, don't just take my word from it. Of course, I'm going to be biased, but it's valuable to your education and the understanding of the world. We know from recent events such as COP26 and obviously climate change that there are going to be careers in the future which haven't been created yet, and the skills and the people required are going to be you at home and you at Seaford as well, coming into this subject. So there's a letter here. You can pause this and read it. It's from Michael Palin, who's obviously one of the presidents of the Royal Geographical Society, and his sort of idea here is that obviously you can see from his letter he talks about how it's up to date, it's relevant, it's about global warming, food, natural disasters, and I think we can champion geography to such a high level. I think the point is that I often get asked the question, why did you choose geography? And I think for me, it was something that I was interested in and that's something I was good at. But I enjoyed learning about people and the environment and combining it and looking at that. And, I didn't have an idea at that time when I was probably your age at 14 that I wanted to do it as a degree. But I knew that it was something that, learning about faraway places I'd never been to was really, really important. And I'd say even more so now with, these places being at risk. May not be around in 50 to 100 years' time, and also about stewardship and protecting it. And geography is ever changing, it's always evolving. I think that's what makes it such a special subject. So in terms of what we're going to be doing in terms of the course, well, I would say obviously for those of you that have older siblings or had sons or daughters that come through Seaford before, they would have done the GCSE course. We're actually going to be doing a new course, which is AQA, which is an English qualification. We used to do the international qualification, and now we're going to be doing the English AQA qualification. So we're going to be exploring the UK, looking at high-income countries, low-income countries. We're going to be looking at newly emerging economies. We're going to look at climate change, poverty, deprivation, economic power, sustainable resources, and we're going to be looking at roles in society, our viewpoints, our values and attitudes. So there are 3 exam papers that we take. There is no coursework. So the first paper is a physical paper called Living with a Physical Environment. That includes hazards, earthquakes, ecosystems, tropical rainforests and hot deserts. Also rivers and coasts. And that exam is an hour and a half. Okay, and it has spelling, punctuation and grammar, okay, as well, and it's worth 35% of the GCSE. And there's 3 sections. We answer all questions, sections A and B, and 2 in section C, okay, and that's what we do: hazards, living world, physical landscapes of the UK, and geographical skills. We will do rivers and coasts in that physical landscapes of the UK. We do ecosystems, which is the rainforest, and we do hot deserts in the living world, and we do natural hazards, which is here. Really interesting, and that's a question types are a mixture of multiple choice, short answer and longer extended answer of what we call 9 markers with 3 marks for spelling, punctuation and grammar, so 12-mark questions, like mini essays. Paper 2 is exactly the same format, 3 sections, answer all in sections A and B and answer questions 3 and 4. Okay. And so here we do urban issues and challenges, so looking at how urban environments have changed, going from sort of rural villages to massive megacities. Look at changing the economic world, which is where we look at how the economies of the world have changed, how the economies of different countries have evolved. And we look at resource management, where we look at food, water, energy as an overview of world, and then we look at one of those in particular. We'll probably be doing energy. So again, an hour and a half, 88 marks, 35% of the GCSE. So mathematicians amongst have worked out we've done 70%, which means paper 3 will be 30%. And again, 9-mark questions with 3 marks SPAG, making those 12 markers some mini essays, okay, as well in that course content. And then paper 3 is what we call geographical skills and applications. So what we hear is what we call an issue evaluation that's sent out around about 12 weeks before the exam, when we go through it. It's like a decision-making exercise. So in the past, there have been, should we build this dam at X, or should we build this new motorway at Y? And we have to go through all that information. You get to see that before the exam, and we go into the exam and you've seen that material and you have to ask questions upon it. There are also fieldwork questions, so we have to go and do fieldwork. We do some localised fieldwork in Chichester and the local river study to do our fieldwork, and we have to understand why we do fieldwork, how we do it, and evaluating fieldwork and what the risks are and how we do it. And we have skills, so geographical skills, mathematical skills, graph skills, map skills. So lots of different skills elements within the course as well, which are embedded in both paper 1 and paper 2. This is a shorter paper, only an hour and 15, 76 marks, worth 30%. Okay, and that's the course content really. 3 events, so 3 exams. Okay, no coursework, 100% exam based. There are mini essays within that. So, like I said, as an overview for the course content, 3 exams. There is no coursework. However, spelling, punctuation and grammar is essential. That was not on the IGCSE course. It is on this course. It shouldn't put you off, but obviously there are the valuable marks that are available for SPAG. The new exam board is AQA, which is an English qualification, comes under Ofcal's rules and regulations. And also for us, it's a much better and more academic subject in terms of the offer, but it also brings us in line with other schools in the area and gives us a lot of opportunity and access to better resources. And it's a much better, I suppose, exam board to use than the IGCSE one. Expectation of students, well, these are obviously, pretty much paramount, but we would expect to have a keen interest in the world, a reasonable level of literacy and numeracy. There will be some mathematical questions to do. Okay, longer style exam questions, 8 marks, 9 marks, with SPAG up to 12, 13. Scientific understanding, we are a science, geography is a science, expectation there to understand scientific processes, commitments to preps and revision, attendance of revision sessions either in-house on Zoom or either pre-recorded, come properly equipped. I think that's for every single subject in the whole school. Okay, and I think, if you're interested and keen, that's all we'd ever ask from you. Future pathways do vary. We're a broad-based subject, so obviously there are quite things you could clearly go into: law, human rights, international relations. You could probably take it further at A-level and degree. And of course, you might not have that idea now, but it's something to start to think about. And what geography is great at is opening several doors. It doesn't shut many, okay? And I think that's really, really important to note, is that geography's got a very broad skill set and you'll have lots of opportunities. I think what I would say is this is from a few years ago, but it gives you an idea that if you were to take it further, the Royal Geographical Society did a study. In 2016, around about 31,000 people did A-level, about sort of 6 years ago now. Quite a high percentage went to university. Only 18% did geography, but I will bring your attention to on the right-hand side. Lots of people ended up in medicine, biological science, veterinary science, physical sciences, maths, computer science, engineering, law, business, languages, history, arts, education. I think that's a really important point and really powerful point, is that geography is a broad-based subject and can open several doors, as you can see here. Lots of jobs that we geographers can do. I've got friends that work in the government. I've got friends of mine that work for the Environment Agency. Some people have gone into economics. Some people have gone into more sort of government-based, like DEFRA. But I think the point is you can do many different things. And I think if you're interested in any of these things on the board here, then give it a go. At the same time, you can go into the physical environment, you can go into crime analysis, you can go into hydrology, transport, the business world, global issues, society, travel and tourism. That's really interesting. A real sort of new, I suppose, domestic tourism really risen in the last few years because of COVID. So, I think I go back to my original point is that once you leave school, you are going to be employable with geographical skills, whether that you've done it at GCSE or taken it further at A-level, you've gone to a degree. So I really would encourage you to have a think about it. We're not an easy subject. I'll debunk that myth, but we are a subject that obviously gives a nice broad-based skill set, and we're a subject that, if you're willing to work hard and you want to learn about the world, then we're more than happy to have you on the course. So that's a whistle-stop tour from me. I've only been about 10 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up here. If you've got any other questions regarding the content of the course, please, you can email me on jkimber@seaford.org, or obviously there's one of the 4 sessions tonight, obviously, that you can join on the Zoom. So here's my Zoom code down here. Please feel free to pause the video and take that Zoom code down. Obviously, I can answer any generic questions about geography and GCSE geography in that Zoom session. Okay, thank you for listening and watching. Have a great evening, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye-bye.